Wag Chicago. You can tell in my voice I was fighting off this virus thing that's going around. A little bit congested this morning, but that's, I think, more allergy or dog hair related. But the people talk about their bug out bags and all the emergency stuff they need. This is my kitchen counter. Normally it's just all this water. You see the distilled water there. There's regular distilled water with nothing in it. The distilled water has this, the Bragg apple cider vinegar. What I do, you can see, it's a lot less strength, obviously, than raw apple cider vinegar. Okay, see the apple cider vinegar mixes up. You got to shake it really good before you mix it. But what you do is you take a cup out of here, brand new, take a full cup out. You shake the apple cider vinegar really, really good. Shake it for like a minute. And then you fill this raw from the point where you just draw down the cup, fill it back up to the top, shake this up really good, and then I make individual bottles. I keep a bottle with me at all times. Hang on, let me get my bottle. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. This says the Alkaline 88. I use this bottle a few times over and over. I take the apple cider vinegar, dilute it in the distilled water. From there, I pour it into a 1 liter bottle. And here, it's nice because you can actually meter how much of it you're drinking. So you know you got a 1 liter bottle. And what is it, just under a liter? It's 700 milliliters. So you're just shy of a 1 liter bottle. But you know what your intake is. So you shake this even before you drink it. You'll see there's particles in there. Those particles are the mother minerals, they're called. There's minerals in here that you don't get. And if you look up how apple cider vinegar is made, especially Bragg you can get it at any grocery store. You can order it online. It has the mother mineral, it's called. So when you look up that, it's an antibiotic, basically. It kills all germs. You can clean with it. Right here, I made my own bottle of spray cleaner. Just get a $2 or dollar store bottle. And what I did here is I not only have a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there, but I also have peppermint in there. And I have this is through Young Living, which you can get through me if you wanted, but I'm still figuring that stuff out. But the product is incredible. I've tried other oils, and this one definitely smells different and stronger. So it does seem to be strong, good quality. But that's not what this video is about. Point is, put peppermint in here with a little apple cider vinegar, and keep this ready for your emergency kit. Even if you get a sore on your hand, you could spray your hand. And the reason for that is I mix a little silver in there. So this bottle right here has some silver, some peppermint, and some apple cider vinegar. All three things kill germs naturally. I spray my countertops, I spray my own hands, I spray my face. If you just came in from the store and you got a beard like I do, hopefully that turned out, I spritz my face, and there's actually a little container. You can buy little spray bottles, and you pour your silver in there. Actually, this company makes one that's really good for the nasal spray. It's like the ones you spray your nose with when you're getting a cold. If you're getting sick and you get that feeling in the back of your throat, that is the second you got to jump on it to keep from it catching hold in your body. Those viruses, the cold and the flu, they grow in the deep back part of your nose, where your nose and your throat attach. So you got to get the silver on that spot. So yeah, you can take and put it under your tongue. That's good. It gets in your immune system that way as well. But you want to coat your nostrils. So I tip my head back and let it pour down. It's almost like when you go in a swimming pool and you get some chlorine, you know, that feeling. This is what it looks like when you open it up. And you just drop some drops like this, like about that much in each nostril. When you do that, if you got the germs, you'll feel a little tingling, a burning sensation. Not burning, but you can feel it working, is what I'm going to say. So if that happens, then you know for sure you're fighting off a germ. And if you catch it that day, and do this several times a day, there's a good shot you're not going to catch that cold that everybody else has. The thing that's going around right now is going into everybody's lungs. And I felt a little pressure on my lungs, right on your chest. And I've had to pull out everything to fight this thing off. And all I got was a little scratchy throat. You know, the voice got a little deeper than normal. I upped my vitamin C. I've been using this one lately. I'm waiting. I don't know if he sent it, but Donnie V, he's going to let me know on I think it's the liposome vitamin C. He's done some research on himself with that. I want to see how it worked out for him. I haven't tried that yet. I think this is similar because it uses a way to deliver it in your body. It's definitely not cheap, but there's no sugar. That's important. You don't want sugar. Anyways, I've been using this. You take a little scoop. It's inside. I actually gotta get more. I'm almost out. This one comes with a little scooper. And what I do is you take this scoop. See that? You scoop a little powder out. And I pour that into a bottle like this size. And then I take, and if you can't make your own juice at the time, I'll take a juice like this. I'll get one of these juices that are no added sugar. Pretty simple. It's just lemonade with a little touch of raspberry, like spritzer. You add in your vitamin C. A whole cap is 1,000 milligrams. That's a good dose. Now you gotta give yourself enough to where you don't get the stomach reaction. That's how you know when you're taking too much vitamin C, I guess. So read up on your vitamin C, but if you need a boost, get it one way or the other. The other way you can do it, there's a drink here, because I was fighting off something. I wanted to give it a little extra. It tastes like orange juice, but it's got a way higher dose of vitamin C. I think it shows right here. 2,100 micrograms. So this is like taking two. This is the equivalent of 2 full scoopers of this. 2 full scoopers of this is in this bottle right here. And how many servings does it have? There's 4. So 1/4 of this bottle. So there's actually 8 scoops of this in here. 8. So each one is 1,000 milligram, 1,000 milligram, all the way up. So check your doses like that. I'm not telling you to take it or not. I'm just saying vitamin C might be good for you. Look into it. The other thing that might be good for you is called Curamed. I've been in vitamin D. I know when my body drops on vitamin D, I could feel it in my head all the way to my toes. So you can tell when you're low on vitamin D. Watch your vitamin D levels. Every doctor check it. If you're low, up those levels. Because they're blocking the sun, which is not any big secret no more. Operation Solar Shield. You're going to get less vitamin D than naturally because they're blocking it. This has a ton of vitamin C. When you look up turmeric and the main ingredient, which is curcumin, which you see right here. Curcumin. This is a concentrated curcumin. 250 milligram per dose. And I think that's per teaspoon. This is like a syrup. Okay? It's a little bit sweet. It's not hard to drink down. I mean, it tastes good to me, but I'm used to all this, I guess. But it's got turmerones and curcumin. So when they say clinically studied, they're talking about the dosage. If you look at the dose or the clinical studies on turmeric and curcumin, you'll see a lot of times they're doing 3 grams, which would be a little bit stronger than this. This is 2.5. So each dose of this is about the same strength that they do the medical testing at. So they're doing actual medical tests on turmeric, the root. And it's helping with diabetes. It's helping with all kinds of chronic ailments. Look it up. I can't talk about it in general. I will eventually do a show on it. The problem is there's 2,500 reports. So I like watching Dr. Rhonda. If you go on Joe Rogan's site, my favorite person, he does have good interviews. You got to give him that. Look up on Joe Rogan's site. Look up Dr. Rhonda, RHONDA, and she will pop up. Anytime he's got her on, watch her show. She has so much information. You need a notepad and the rewind button and just play it over and over, and you will absorb probably a whole semester's worth of information in within an hour or two. Incredible information. But she's an expert in turmeric. She works at the children's hospital end of it. Her partner works at the adult hospital. It's a whole long story. But anyways, she's also good with all the biomechanics of your body, how it works. But she's been involved with some of these studies on this. So you don't have to worry about the pepper and all that stuff with this, because this is a oil concentrate, just like this peppermint oil is through this company. Okay, so they're taking all the oil out for you, and this is a big bottle. This is a lot. So they make this in lower doses for people that aren't used to this. I'm going to be going later today or tomorrow to get up. I'm almost out. This lasted me 2 months. And there's just a little bit left. You can see it right in there. So practice what I preach. I've been taking turmeric since 2013. I got into turmeric when all the information on fatty liver disease was coming out and people getting diagnosed with it, and it was becoming an issue. That was 6 years ago. So when you start hitting your early 40s, you're going to start finding out there's these little goal marks somehow that we all end up hitting. The type 2 diabetes, first you're pre-diabetic, then you're type 2, then this, then that, then this. It's like there's these weird markers that you hit these certain age groups, and you're always going to fall into this stuff unless you change what you're eating. So you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. All I'm saying is, if you want a lot of vitamin C and a natural, and you want to take something that you could actually read medical studies, not just these alt med or nutritional guys or whatever you want to call it. There's literally medical documentation on turmeric. I hate saying that, look it up, but you got to look it up. Or watch Dr. Rhonda. Look up Dr. Rhonda and turmeric, and she will pop up, and you'll find a ton of web videos that she's done. She's a scientist that studies turmeric and curcumin and the what do you call it? The turmerones and all that stuff. So she's an expert at that, plus other things. The silver, again, this is an antibiotic as far as I'm concerned. And they do, I believe, they're still trying to make this a prescription. So in the early 1900s, late 1800s, they were using this as the main antibiotic for everything. And that was before the government and the companies came up and started making medications to replace it, which would be all your other antibiotics. This won't hurt your gut bacteria. This only hurts the bad bacteria. If you get a cut, scrape, you have children, pour a little of this on there. Don't always go for the what do you call it, the oxidizing type things, the ones that burn germs, because sometimes you're burning good germs. And there's good germs on your skin that help it heal. So the silver is going to help you with that. And it all has to do with the positive, negative charge. Again, we're talking about energy. Energy goes all the way down to even your antibiotic. The other natural way to get vitamin, mineral, like we said already, is apple cider. The apple cider kills germs as well. Peppermint kills germs as well. And then I take the other thing I got to tell you. If anybody's got like acid reflux, I don't know what that's, you're burping up the acid in your sleep. This, and especially if you're taking like those pills that are supposed to last 24 hours and help you with your stomach, those pump inhibitors. When you take the pump inhibitors, you're reducing the acid in your stomach, which allows other bacteria to then grow. There's a whole issue with all that. You got to look all this up, because when you take the medicine, yeah, your heartburn may go away, but now you end up with throat cancer because the heartburn was killing the bacteria. Its job is to kill stuff in your throat and your stomach. That's why you have acid in there besides digesting food. If you use this, mix it, like I said, a cup to a gallon, and then drink a couple ounces a night. See if that helps your stomach pain and your stomach acid. Just saying, see. Don't stop taking your medicine, whatever you're taking. But just see if this assists. See if this gives you a little boost where the acid drops. And then you may find out it's a balance problem in your body. This adjusts your pH in your body too. When you get your next blood work done, ask them to check your body's pH. The pH is important because if you're sick, your pH is going to be way off. Here's another thing. A natural inhaler. I'm taking it out of its cover. My daughter got me this after I was in the hospital. And I'll tell you what, it helps. I was just fighting off whatever this germ was going around. I don't know, natural solution, whatever this is. Anyways, this is a tube you breathe, and in the bottom, there's holes. Well, inside there is Himalayan salt. So, I'm taking it out. Here's the reserve salt in here. There's Himalayan salt. It's the pink salts. Himalayan salt is a good salt compared to the salt you get out of the ground, and then they add iodine to it. Well, here's your iodine that you should be taking. It's called nascent iodine. You could get it from, obviously, this guy's show, but you could also get it from Dr. Group directly. This is nascent, so it comes from deep in the ground, 6,000 feet. Comes up as a gas, I believe, in crystals, or creates a gas after the crystals come up. There's all kinds of ways that this has to be regulated in order to even make it. So I like this better than doing the C iodine, because some people are allergic to like shellfish and stuff. So they go, I can't take iodine, I break out. Well, you're breaking out because of where they're getting it from. So if you get it from here, Dr. Group is a good one to get it from if you don't want to support that other channel, which I wouldn't blame you. After we found out what we found out, you just take a few drops and you'll see it absorb in your body. This also kills germs. You can put it on a cut. Again, just like the iodine in your cabinet, but don't drink the iodine in your cabinet. That's not meant to be eaten. This is special iodine. It's called nascent iodine. It's for consumption. This adjusts your thyroid levels. People that are hypothyroid or the other way, you will notice differences, is all I'm saying. So track all that. If you're getting to a point where they're drawing your blood often, you can actually see results when you start making little changes. But you can't make too many changes at one time, because then you don't know what's affecting what. So all I'm trying to say is be a little healthier before they make this all illegal. That's probably going to be the next big war on the internet, is to get rid of all this garlic. For example, here, this brand of garlic I've also been taking since 2013, the exact bottle. This has oregano, vitamin C, garlic, and then it's got these mushrooms in it. Astragalus, and I think there's 2 other mushrooms. That's why they call it the immune formula. Garlic is good for your blood. It's good for killing germs again. It's good for making your blood carry oxygen around. There's all kinds of benefits. Look up the benefits of garlic. The reason I like this, besides that it actually works, is you don't burp up garlic flavor or taste. This has no smell. I don't know how they get it out, but they do a real good job. I've tried other garlic mixed with turmeric even, and the taste, there's an aftertaste. It's just horrible. This company somehow gets that garlic taste out, or at least it gets through your body without backing up. You know what I mean? So it's they have different versions. There's one's the heart formula. There's the immune formula. And this is the immune formula, so this should have the oregano. Let me look. Aged garlic. You got the mushrooms. Yeah, see on here, oregano. The oregano oil. I have pure oregano oil too. It is so strong it'll burn your fingers. Okay? So oregano you got to put in gel caps and swallow it that way to get it in your body, or it's already mixed in here, so it's already in there. But if you're starting to get sick, you take oregano pure oil, You take your distilled water, pour a little glass, put a few drops or a bottle, water bottle. You put 3-4 drops of the pure oregano oil. And then you gargle with it. Get it up in the back of your throat. And then swallow it because it's got a lot of vitamins in it. And these are things that will knock these colds and these viruses right in their place. Knock them right out. But if you don't catch it immediately, that first tickle in the back of your throat, then you're going to be chasing it for the entire course. So a lot of these, you got to really get it in the beginning. Now, CureMed, if you got any issues, look into turmeric and curcumin, why it works and what it does. There are so many studies, and I know emergency rooms carry turmeric in emergency rooms and hospitals. I believe it's one of the few alternative medicines that are actually in the medical field in practice. And the reason for that is this helps the liver so much that if somebody overdoses on a medication that hurts your liver, they'll start pumping this in to counteract the liver deterioration. So look up this in your liver and you will find out how good this is for your liver. Your liver, it does everything. It regulates hormones. It helps you digest food. It keeps you from getting sick. You need to really start looking at your body and what you're doing to it. Because if you keep eating stuff, and I do it once in a while, I have a Cheeto thing once in a while. I go on these little, no matter how hard I've tried to eat better, which I have, I've lost 30-something pounds. I did a fasting diet to help help my immune system kick up, and I feel like it's working. I feel like I look better. I don't know. You guys, you tell me over time. I've been looking at old videos. That's why recently I'm saying this. I could see what I looked like in 2017 before I went in the hospital, and now I look, and there's a big difference. So I think eating less chemicals in your food, no matter how you got to do that, try and do it. Even to the point here. Excuse me. Like I said, I just got over fighting that thing off. Check this out. This, for people that are intolerant to wheat and gluten and all that, right? Check this out. My local grocery store has from Italy. These are two different brands. I've tried this one in the bigger style. I've tried this in the real big pieces they got. And I'm telling you, try this if you're if you're intolerant to gluten, or you think you are. I used to think it was in people's heads. If you have any autoimmune issues, you will have a stomach problem more than likely. And the stomach problem is you can't digest pastas and wheat and what do you call it? The gluten, right? So if people want to go gluten free, I tried all that. I tried it. It's all rice based, and it's all right, but the noodles have a weird texture, whatever. Get the Italian, European pasta, and I bet you can get this out of Russia. Russia, believe it or not, is the #1 exporter of organic food now. They get it. They don't use Monsanto. They don't use all the fluoride and all the bullshit that we do. So they're now becoming the best place to get pure food. Because they learned a long time ago what an oligarch is and how corporations could rule the country. And they threw those companies out. We embrace it. We put fluoride in our tap water and give it to babies. That's insane. We probably are inhaling lithium. This is the new thing that they're finding in the groundwater that's being sprayed above your head. Believe it or not. You don't have to, whatever. It is what it is. But if you eat pasta and it screws your stomach up, try this. This is different wheat. It even has a different color to it. If you eat American pasta, it has that bleached white, right? Check this out. You're not even going to recognize these noodles. They don't look like the noodles we grew up with. Why? Because that's a different type of grain. This is the old-fashioned, old school, what your great-grandparents grew up on wheat. So chances are you're not going to have the gluten reaction right here. Try it. I'm telling you, try it. If you like pasta, and it's only like 50 cents a bag more. It's not like these are $10 a bag. And if it was, I would do whatever I had to buy it and eat it only once a month. I think this is $2.60 for a little bag here. What is this? This is a pound of pasta. It was like $2.60 or $2.65 from Italy. Same thing with these lentils. Or no, yeah, these are lentils. I'm going to make a soup out of this with the bone broth in my crock pot. I ain't playing around. When you eat bone broth, not regular broth, you got to eat the bone broth. You got to get the bone marrow and stuff in your food. We're eating such garbage. We're getting sick. Right? So, if you do a couple things, you don't have to do all these at one time. These are just things you should have for emergency, number one. If the power goes down, if anything ever happens, you need to have supplied medical. This is medical supplies as far as I'm concerned. Because if you get sick and you're in the field or you got no power or no prescription, this is going to be your only shit. So you may want to have some of this on hand for your emergency situation, right? You definitely need iodine. I guarantee you the bromine that's in your bread. They use bromine instead of iodine. They used to use iodine in bread as a preservative. It's a good halogen. The bad halogens are chlorine and bromine. Halogen means it burns shit. So, if your iodine levels are good, you're going to have more energy, your cells are going to reproduce better, and your thyroid's going to clean itself. This is a good way to get certain chemicals and metals out of your body. So, throw a little iodine in your diet. It's got to be food grade or it's got to be like this, the nascent iodine. Just don't go buy iodine off the shelf. You got to know what you're doing. So don't just play with this shit. You got to go on and learn what you're doing. But these products right here is a good way to start. Look them up. If you could do anything, spend the $4 or $5 on this apple cider vinegar. And then you drink it a few ounces all day. And what happens is it's a little bitter. If you like sweet and sour candy or whatever, this will be perfect for you. I hated sour stuff, but now I like it. Because I know it's helping my body. It helps you clean out the toxins. This is what all this is doing. It's getting rid of shit. So if you put less chemicals in, like this, the old school wheat, people didn't have these issues 100 years ago because they didn't have the new version of wheat. They made the wheat different in America because they can get more crop per square foot or however they measure it in the semi-trailers. They get more. It's also why they spray Monsanto a second time. They'll spray it at the beginning of the season. They put glyphosate down. And then at the end, when they go to pull the corn, they'll spray the crops again. And then what that does is it dries out the corn. So now you get more per foot corn in your semi-trailers than you did before. And now you got a double dose of glyphosate. Okay? Well, in Russia and in Europe, most of the glyphosate is banned. So, the other issue is you're getting wheat from 100 years ago. This is the old wheat. That's why it even has a different color to it. Alright, that's our lesson for today. This is your bug out emergency medical supplies right here. Water, some natural juice, or make your own. Okay? Even my bananas are organic. Let me show you right here. I just got these last night. And when you go and look at the store, organic bananas, none of them are the same size, 2 in a row. See here? Different shape, different length. If you go look at the or the GMO fruit and vegetables, every piece is a clone of the piece before. So it matters. And it's not much more. There's so many people into their natural now that it's not as expensive as it used to be. So 88 water has got 40 or 50 minerals in it too. They raised this pH to 8.8 by using Himalayan minerals, right? They're using Himalayan minerals, which is in the Himalayan salt I just showed you here, right? To inhale it, it's good for your lungs. It gives you the same it's the same effect as being by the ocean, because there's iodine or not iodine, there's salt in the ocean. Here's a shaker, right? So you put this on your food. Then if you like a salty taste, but you don't want the bad health effects, then use this salt. You could soak your hands in this, okay? This Himalayan pink salt is used for a lot of stuff. You can cook with it, you can eat it, you can breathe it. Okay? All this stuff is good for you. So, in the day of everybody complaining, and I got some videos I got to produce later, or put together later. Produce meaning I got edits that I made, I got to put together. With the other thing going on with people that we trust, that turns out the channels we may not have. There's so much negative that I wanted to switch it up a little and throw out some good stuff. I'm not telling you what to take or how to take it. I'm just telling you this is my supply, and it's made a difference in my life. If you talk to anybody around me, if they were catching a cold or whatever, they would ask, what should I do? And it's funny, it works. You're starting to catch a cold, and the next day it's gone. You'll see when you do this. Get some of this stuff as you can. If anything, get the apple cider vinegar first, and then get the silver. The silver is your antibiotic. You take that instead of having to take antibiotics and prevent cold, stuff like that. Okay? That's your emergency supply. This, and then good water. And the water, you could raise pH of water with baking soda. That's what most companies do. Your high alkaline water, right? This company uses the salt and minerals from the Himalayas right here to raise the minerals out of here in the ground of the Himalayas to raise this. That's a more natural way to do it. Well, baking soda is natural too, but baking soda doesn't really have the benefits of all the extra minerals. So you get 40 or 50 minerals in this water. So you're getting minerals and you're getting a higher pH water, but then you should also drink distilled water too, because you need the low pH for other things. So you got to mix it up, and it keeps your body on guard. You have a little low pH, a little high pH. Throw it around, trick it up, like throwing a curveball at the batter. You got to throw it up once in a while. So try this. If you have a stomach issue with pasta, I'm telling you, you don't have to do the no gluten stuff. More than likely, this is your answer, and you'll be able to eat pasta and enjoy it again. It's WAG Chicago. It's the 28th of February, 2019. Let's have a good week. And I got to do some stories on the spinning plates, folks. They're spinning plates all around us, trying to distract us on some real bad shit that's going on in the... Not bad for us. It's bad internationally what they're doing. We're going into another war. You could hear the war drums beating. So with all that kind of news all the time, I want to throw something positive. And here's something you could do that's positive in your life. It's WAG Chicago. I'm 1042.